booties for black girl nerds.
Oh, hello, ladies. It's good to be with you. You all look very, very beautiful today. Thank you for your time. It's fun for me to see a series like this because I went to all girls school. So I can relate to this, did the team sports, beginning with you, Monique. You have a popular girl. Being popular in high school, social media influencer is a whole nother different ball game. Is it harder to be too popular in high school or not popular enough in high school?
That's a really good question. I feel like there's pros and cons to both. I feel like in terms of Olive and her character and what she goes through throughout the series, you'll definitely see more of the effects and consequences, when you're not using maybe social media in the best way. So I would say there's pros and cons to both. I mean, I think it's great that she has so many friends. And that's what comes with it. She has a lot of followers and a platform where she can speak on important issues and stuff like that. So in that way, I feel like, being popular and having a lot of friends is great.
Mm-hmm. A lot of pressure too.
Yeah.
For your character, Sophia, your character, Emma, is carrying a heavy burden because she is now in an environment where she's joined her father after being separated from him and trying to navigate her own course in the midst of this huge, huge shadow. Is her journey this season about stepping out of the big shadow and establishing who she is on her own? Or what's that journey going to be like for her?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think that there is a lot of that for Emma, a lot of finding her own path, a lot of kind of moving away from her dad, finding her own friends, finding what she's really passionate about. But I think what goes along with that is recognizing her love for her father and how much she really needs him, even when she doesn't want to admit it, and how much he needs her when he doesn't want to admit it. So I think when people grow apart and when that has to happen, at least with Emma and Marvyn's case, I think it also brings them closer and brings them to a better understanding of who the other one is and what role they should really be playing in their lives.
No, for you, what I really like is we didn't have to go through a whole thing to see her kind of come into her own, realize what needed to be changed in a team dynamic and how she gets along with her teammates, and not to make you out to be like a villain. I'm glad you're not the villain in this story. Is that a fair assessment? And how would you describe your character's journey throughout the season?
Yeah, I think that's for sure a fair assessment. I think that one of the best parts of the show, it gives you the opportunity to see more about each of these characters. So for Louise, she starts out as this sort of, rock and really tough. And that the more you watch, that sort of breaks down a bit, which is really nice. And when John Stamos' character comes in, Coach Korn, and their whole dynamic really affects her in a big way. So I think that'll be interesting to watch. It gives a good idea of more into her.
For all of you, well, not for your character, Sophia, but you all are playing on a basketball team, but you're all together on set at any given time. Of the three of you, who has the best shot out of the three of you, if you guys are going to do a little game of horse? Sophia, who has the best shot of the three of you?
Well, I don't think I'm the best one to ask because I don't spend a lot of time on the basketball court. So the answer is definitely not me.
Monique, you want to go head to head on this one?
But Nell or Monique, I'm going to leave that to you.
You have the best shot, actually. Yeah, Nell always makes.
I don't want to brag
on the show when we're shooting. She always makes the shots, and she has a lot more shots than I do. So she makes them. She's really good at 3-pointers.
I would say that I am good at shooting and Monique is much more skilled overall. So I'll take the credit on that. Yes.
And lastly, John Stamos is a staple for me growing up with Full House and all those shows. And now we have him in a coaching dynamic. Who hit him with the ball? Nell, Monique, who hit him with the ball? Did you really? How did it happen?
Metaphorically. No, I think that, wait, Monique, were you the one that hit if you follow Big Shot series on Instagram, they did a shot of John getting hit in the face with a ball, and whoever that person is, it wasn't me,
Who it was.
but
I don't know. Maybe they have to head to the Instagram and see who did it.
It could have been any of us because we all have our own like gripes with him, as far as character wise. So it really could have been any of us.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Well, thank you, ladies. This show is so fun. It really took me back for sure. And be in that environment, the khaki and the uniforms, and it was really cool and really, really cute. And I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the episodes. Thank you so much for your time.
thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.